You know what's strange? The moment you stop thinking like everyone else, you start feeling alone in rooms that used to feel familiar to you. And nobody really wants you about this part. Because people love talking about success. I love talking about success. We all love talking about success. About healing, about self-improvement, and about becoming your best self. What in my opinion is also really important, because you have to get your best self. That's what the life is for. But kinda nobody talks about the separation that comes with it. Hi dear friends, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to a new video of mine. Today we'll talk about something that is really important for you to know, because I know a lot of people are confused of their real self. They don't understand themselves, right? But that's completely normal, and I will explain everything here in this video that you guys can understand everything very clearly. The truth is, you cannot grow and stay relatable to everyone. If you grow, then of course you won't be relatable to everyone, because there are people that haven't even had their growth yet and they cannot relate to you. Then at some point your mindset will change so much that certain conversations stop connecting with you. Maybe you used to like to talk about some topic that you really liked it, and your friends like to talk with you about this topic too. But then you outgrow this topic because you don't even find it interesting anymore. But they still do. You outgrow it while they haven't. And they get confused. They think, why did you change? It's because your mindset has become different. And it is not because you hate people, not because you think that you are above everyone. It's because mentally you are no longer in the same place that you were used to be in. You changed, that's good, and you should be the proudest. And I personally noticed this especially with people who are constantly evolving. At first they still try to fit in. They still laugh at conversations they don't even enjoy anymore, because that was what they did always. And if they will change out of nowhere, then the people will start talking behind their back. They will still stay in places that drains them, completely. They will still act like the older version of yourself, just to avoid standing out too much. Maybe you will still stay in spaces that drains you. Eventually, this will become exhausting, because pretending to relate to things you've mentally outgrown, that is so tiring. And I think a lot of people are secretly experimenting this right now. I used to be one of them back then, but just something in my mind felt off, and I needed time and space to accept that. You start craving deeper conversations. You want to know the real truth, you want to know everything, and that's completely fine. You want more meaningful connections, more honesty, more peace, more purpose, and suddenly surface level starts feeling unbearable. You notice how repetitive people are. The same gossip, the same negativity, and we don't want this negativity. We just want peace. We're not here to gossip all the time about other people that also gossip about us. They all have the same habits, the same cycles. You want to outgrow that. And it is not even that you judge it anymore. You don't judge people that are like that, because you used to be the same. Why would you judge something that was part of you? You just don't connect to it the same way. And that is where the distance begins. I don't mean the physical distance, I mean the mental distance. Your mentality changed. You have to distance your mind from their mind. Because growth changes what stimulated you, what excites you, what you tolerate, what you spend energy on. And once those things change, your social life changes immediately. And honestly, this can feel very isolating at first, especially when all the people around you still expect the old version of you. Your parents used to know you just in one way, and you suddenly changed. You don't want to be the version that everyone has you in their head, because you don't fit in in this version anymore. They expect the more available version of you, the more unserious version, that version that adapted to everyone. But eventually you realize something important. Not every connection is meant to grow with you, because some people only fit certain chapters of your life, and trying to force out connections into a new mindset usually just creates frustration. Because the reality is that most people bond over familiarity and not alignment. That is why two people can know each other for years, like really for a whole lifetime, and still completely outgrow each other mentally. And this is where many people betray themselves. They shrink their thoughts, they shrink their personality, they even shrink their ambitions just to remain relatable. They want to be understood. They don't want to be alone in this whole world. But you have to realize you're not. Just some people don't want to talk about it. They just do it to keep everybody comfortable. What you have to understand is that growth doesn't work like this. You cannot expand your mind while constantly reducing yourself to fit in old environments. At some point something has to be separate. And maybe that's why becoming more self-aware feels so lonely, because your mind starts traveling somewhere else. You have too much thoughts, you are just overthinking all the time. Your mind is like non-stop. Not everybody around you is willing to go the way with you, because everybody is built different. But that's completely fine, because if everybody would be the same, our world would be like completely boring. The craziest part about this is like the more you involve, the more you realize that is why most of the people, they never change. Just like a little part of the people change, but most of them, they never do. Not because they're incapable, but because transformation threatens their familiarity. And familiarity feels safe, even when it keeps people stuck all their life. So yes, you may lose relatability, you may stop feeling connected to certain spaces, you may even feel misunderstood all the time, or most of the times. But that doesn't mean your growth is wrong. You learn in your way, and that means that your perspective expands beyond the environment you started in. But because a new version of you will naturally make some old spaces stop feeling like home. That's part of the progress. Not everybody is meant to understand who you're becoming while you're becoming it. Thank you very much for watching my video till the end. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. If you haven't done it yet, I would be very glad over subscribe. It's always good to support small creators too. And if you have some questions, I'm always down to hear them and to answer to everything you guys ask. And also you can always leave a feedback or any recommendations for a future video there. That's it. So like I said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope we will see you in my next video. Bye guys!